Melvin, thank you very much for taking the time to meet with us.
Yeah, got nothing but time.
Well, take us back to where it all began. You were one of the tri-state area's most famous traveling magicians, and where was it that you got your start in magic?
Yeah, it's probably the same story that you always hear from the big names. You know, Uncle was traveling the Orient, selling vacuums, brought back a Chinese finger trap, and bam, I was hooked.
You performed for your first crowd in 1975, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it wasn't long before you were playing some pretty big venues.
Yeah, I was, the Lions Bingo Hall, the new Popeye's Chicken House, and, the Jacques Cousteau Flying Shark exhibit was in town. Yeah.
It sounds as if you were really living the dream there right out of the gates. I mean, you erupted into stardom and had a great run for 10 years.
You know, Tim, what's that behind your ear? It's a dime. I need that back. Seriously, gotta get smokes.
You were starting to make some good money, mingling with some pretty influential people.
Yeah, I started drinking pretty hard, and I was hanging out with all the local sports and weather anchors. Looking at all the famous people around me, I found myself just consumed by the spotlight, you know?
You started losing control of the drinking.
Yeah.
But you were still performing your shows.
Performing? I was burning so bright that people couldn't look at me for fear of getting blinded. I had nowhere to go but down. Just like Copperfield.
You're speaking of the Marlborough Theater.
I will be completely honest with you. I have no idea what happened that night. I was putting back wine coolers and Cosmos with a couple of dental hygienists that were in town that night. And then when it goes to putting on my outfit, everything goes black.
As the newspapers read the next morning, your show that night actually started off well enough. But it took a turn for the worse when it came time for the famous Body Separation Act. They said that after getting your assistant into the box, you fell unconscious onto the apparatus and propelled both her and the table behind the stage and down what they call an unusually long stairwell.
Well, the theater was built well before any modern building codes. I mean, that stairway went down for like 3 freaking stories. You know, in hindsight, it's probably, things worked out for the best because they said that she didn't feel a thing, so,
You went into hiding while they were setting trial dates.
Yeah.
How was that? Were you still performing?
I don't think you can call it performing. It was just a series of rinky-dink gigs that I could pay for booze, I suppose if you knew what it was like to deal with this, then maybe you'd think differently.
Well, that stretch of your career near the end had to basically take up the same kind of jobs you had when you first started.
Like, kids' parties, senior centers, bar mitzvahs, blah, blah, blah.
As it happens, you actually performed for my 6th birthday party. As a matter of fact, I have the 5 of hearts that you had me draw off of the deck of cards just before you passed out.
God, I'm sorry, kid. I was really messed up back then,
No, it's all right. Now, as a matter of fact, I still keep that 5 of hearts and would actually like to give it to you as a reminder.
Is this your card? Huh? Right?
Cut.
Woo! I'm back, Copperfield! Watch your ass!